Good morning, everybody. I forgot my tablet. I forgot my tablet with my notes on it. All right, that's okay. I put a bunch of information in the description on this video. You guys can feel free to try to gather all the information you can by contacting them. I put all of the information for County Court 8 in there, but don't be afraid to contact every single courtroom in Bexar County to try to get the information needed here. All right, I'm at 51 seconds. Let me see if in under 60 seconds I can explain to you guys what's happening here. Leon Valley case. Everybody's always looking for updates. We just never have updates because nothing's ever happening. They just continue to push things off. Nothing ever happens. There's no updates. I do have a little update though. I have a felony case and they have a felony case and a misdemeanor case. They charged me with felony retaliation, alleging that I posted the chief's home address. It was testified of by the chief in federal court that I did not post the chief's home address. The felony case is still pending though. My lawyer recently motioned for a speedy trial. I have a hearing on the 30th of September in Bexar County, the 227th Judicial Court for that felony. My appearance has been excused because the prosecution still has zero evidence, exactly zero evidence that the crime was committed. The only evidence they have is that perjury, aggravated perjury was committed to gain the indictment. That's the only evidence they have, is that somebody somewhere created aggravated perjury to get to this point. So he motioned for a speedy trial, had my appearance excused because there is no evidence and therefore there won't be a trial. This will be the last setting. The next setting will be trial, and when the prosecution is not ready to crap, they'll have to get off the pot. Now, I was also arrested for misdemeanor interfering with the duties of a police officer. I was arrested for that before the fake felony, but the magistrate threw out the charges, and 6 or 7 months later, right after the lawsuit was filed against Leon Valley, they resubmitted the charges for interfering with a police officer, a misdemeanor charge, and sent it to a corrupt judge to sign off on it. In the probable cause affidavit, it says that I was a witness. It defines me as a witness and says that they tried to confiscate my journalism equipment as a witness of a crime, that crime being somebody obstructing a doorway, and that I said the word no when they asked me for my cameras. So that's the misdemeanor charge. They brought it back up, sent it to a corrupt judge, and the judge said, yeah, I'll sign it, buddy. I don't know if Sloppy Joe got a messy face. I don't know what he did to the judge to get him to sign that, but I'm not surprised at all. This is the way things work. So I went into the misdemeanor court. I've been in there 3 times. I was supposed to be trying to do this in under a minute. We're at 4 minutes now. But anyways, I was supposed to, I've gone into the misdemeanor court 3 times. It started out in County Court 1. I went in there, and they summoned me in there, and I don't play their game of take one of our bar members and blah, blah, blah in this particular case. I just walked in and said, look, if you got something, let's talk about it. If you don't, let's stop summoning me into court under threat of violence. They did absolutely nothing the first time that I was there. They said, sorry, we don't even have any information about your case. The prosecutor doesn't even know what your case is, and the prosecutor hasn't even looked at your case. I said, then why did you summon me in here to do business with you when you don't have any business to do? They said, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We do whatever we want. You do what we say because we'll kill you if you don't. Touché. I do whatever you say. They rescheduled, they made a new setting. I showed up the second time for the second setting. Second setting was, I think it was set for 2:30 in the afternoon. And so I show up at 2:30 in the afternoon, and there's not a single person in the courtroom. No judge, no prosecutor, there's a bailiff in there. There was a bailiff in the courtroom. Nobody else was even there. The judge was gone. They summoned me into court. Everybody was gone. I told them, are you guys intentionally just trying to cause an innocent person harm? You keep summoning me in here. You refuse. The judge summons me in here. This is her court. She refuses to ever speak to me. So they sent me home again. Reset the court date. Moved it to County Court 8 from County Court 1. I think that judge was, done with me and figured. So anyways, they moved it to County Court 8. I've showed up to County Court 8 one time. And of course, I was summoned in there by the dishonorable judge. And when I went in, the dishonorable judge refused to do anything. She summoned me in there for a hearing before her. I came ready for a hearing, and under threat of violence, not voluntarily, but don't get me wrong, it was certainly not voluntarily. But because I would be kidnapped or put in a cage if I didn't show up, I came under threat of being kidnapped and put in a cage. The judge refused to even speak to me. She went through every single other person in the courtroom, and I was the last person there that day. And they kept telling me, the judge will see you soon, the judge will see you soon, the judge will see you soon. I sat there all day. The judge disappears off the bench. Almost an hour later, they said, the judge has left for the day. The judge has left for the day. This is County Court 8. I said, you got to be kidding me. I didn't ask to come here. I didn't ask to come here. I didn't schedule this meeting. You guys scheduled it. You guys threatened me to come here, saying that there's actual official business to be taken care of. And when I show up, nobody has any business to take care of. Sent me home and said, don't worry, we'll reset it for you. We'll reset it for you. I don't want you to reset it for me. I don't want anything to do with this. All right? This is your guys' thing, not mine. And every time you summon me in here, you don't do anything. The court coordinator, though, before I left, said, well, you have a felony case in the 227th district, and we cannot do anything with your misdemeanor case until your felony case is settled. I said, well, that's a lie, but you're the one that said it. So quit summoning me in here then. So what they started doing then is they repeatedly summoned me in there on the same date that I'm summoned in for the felony case. I have a bar member on the felony case, and so that makes it so that sometimes I don't have to appear because, again, the prosecution is not ready. They don't have anything, and so the attorney is able to say, look, you're going to make my client come out here when there's nothing? And so at this point, they have scheduled the felony case hearing for the 30th. Nothing's going to happen, but the 8th Judicial Court is refusing they're still telling me that I have to come in because the court coordinator has been gone on vacation, and her sit-in is only working 2.5 hours a day and getting full-time pay, so I can't ever get a hold of the sit-in to say, hey, I'm not going to be out there for the felony. You're still going to force me to come out there and do nothing for the misdemeanor. And I told them, look, you're the ones that said you cannot and will not do anything until the felony is resolved. So why do you keep summoning me out here when the felony is not resolved? They said, well, we're only having you come out here when you had to come out here for the felony. Well, that doesn't matter. It's not resolved. And again, that's a lie too, that they can't do anything until it's resolved. Their goal there is their real goal there, what they're not saying is the goal is to get me to plead guilty to the misdemeanor so that they can drop the felony. They want me to plead guilty to the misdemeanor so that they and have them to dismiss the felony, because that way they get a win. That's the goal. They aren't getting a goddamn plea on anything. When you're just plain innocent of all of it, and this is what they do to most people, though. Most people will take a plea because right now I made it all the way down to Arizona. I'm looking at a 14 drive to make it out to Bexar County Court 8 to walk in, sit there all day long because I'll be the last person that they speak to. And then the judge won't even speak to me. She won't even give me the hearing that she summoned me in for. I can guarantee you that. Because I'm ready, I'm ready for the hearing. They won't let that happen, though. So County Court 8 information is in the description here. The coordinator's on vacation, and the sit-in only works 2.5 hours a day for full-time pay on your dime. They've continually over the last few days told me, okay, yeah, we'll get your number, and hopefully maybe somebody will call you back. And I keep saying, hopefully maybe. Finally today, I just said, all right, I cussed at him. It's all right, you shut the hell up and listen here, bitch. Anyways, if you guys can contact them and get them to contact me back, I would say that County Court 8 might not be the only court to contact there. I would say it might be a good idea to just contact every court in the whole building. My real name is James Springer. So if you do contact them and you refer to James Freeman, they likely won't have any idea what you're talking. Well, actually they will. They'll know exactly what you're talking about if you say Freeman. But if they try to play games with you on it, the name on the record is James Springer. That's the name on all of their documents, all of their paperwork. Let me switch to live chat here. In closing, this is not unique to my case. This is not unique to me. This is not something that they do to activists to waste our time exclusively. This is the way that the court systems work. I just happen to have 750 people watching me explaining how it's happening to me. This is happening to tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people. Hell, there's millions in prison. This is happening to millions of people all over the United States. This is not unique to my situation. This is precisely what they do and how they do it. I get to show you guys, I get to tell you guys about it, and hopefully you guys can help let them know that we know what's going on. But again, this is not unique to this situation. This is how every single individual is treated by this system. You are guilty until proven innocent. You'll be dragged through hell, and if you refuse to plea, you'll be dragged through more and more and more hell. They will make it financially to your benefit to take a plea deal. And it's very few people are actually have the time and the resources and the ability to actually walk away with a not guilty or a dismissal. As far as I'm concerned, that's not justice at all. To railroad you to the point where you say, look, I know I'm innocent, but for the sake of saving my time and money to be able to go to work and support my family or whatever it is that every single one of you out there has to do, you say, all right, that's fine. I'll plea. You guys win. Just let me move on with my life. Unfortunately for them, I am in a situation where I can continue to be dragged through it. And I will continue to share with you guys the way that it goes. Thanks for jumping on the live stream. Let me know at realjamesfreeman@gmail.com if you guys get anywhere. And I'll be looking forward to a call from County Court 8 to let me know that I don't have to come out there to be turned back around and sent away. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you.